Look at the story of Gideon. They're getting ready to do battle. God, they have 30,000 men, 30,000 soldiers. God's like, too many. You got too many. Get rid of the cowards. Get rid of the ones that are too scared to fight, right? Cuts it down. Again, I don't have it in front of me, but it cuts it down. The rest of them, God's like, you still got too many, Gideon. And can you imagine what Gideon's thinking? Like, there's 10, 20,000 of them or more. There's more. There's way more. It's a correction. There's way more. So God's like, you got too many. And you know, Gideon in his mind probably thought, well, we're going to die, you know, unless Gideon trusted God and knew God would take care of it. So God tells him, take them down to the water. Those that cup the water and bring it up to their mouth, keep. The rest that drink water, that lean to the water and drink, not bring it up to them, send them home. Why is that? A soldier that is ready, that is observant, will not take his eyes off the threat. He will take his water and bring it up to his mouth and be aware of his surroundings. The rest of them don't have that self-awareness, if you will. God was left, Gideon was left, 300 men. And God didn't even need them. All God needed them for was to make noise. And I'll let you look it up and look into that. It's a funny story. God didn't need any of them. And that was the point God wanted to make. God does not need us. We are not to help God. He doesn't need it. We are to help one another. Be kind to one another. Love one another. You can hate the sin, but you can't hate the sinner. It doesn't matter what the sin is. You can't hate the person. You got to hate the sin. And again, I'm just as guilty of that. I'm praying every day that the Lord changes my. Sometimes I have a bad attitude. Sometimes, my issue was drinking, and thank the Lord that He pulled me out of that mess before it became a real mess. But let's take care of one another. Let's love each other. Let's greet each other. Let's ask each other how we're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. And anybody, family, or anyone else, I don't know who else would be on here, maybe people I work with. If I've ever done anything to any of you, if I've made a joke, or if I've been a smart aleck, or if I've been short, or if I didn't hear you when you spoke to me, I ask that you forgive me. I've never wanted to portray myself as that kind of a person. And there's plenty of things I've done wrong, and there's a multitude of things that I try to forgive myself for. Just love one another. Let's take care of one another. We're all pilgrims here. Let's try to take as many with us to heaven as we can before it's too late. And if that means we got to get out of our car and go approach somebody and ask them if they know the Lord. And again, from my professional standpoint, be careful when you do that. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and just jump in the middle of a bad situation, right? Common sense prevails, right? But let's not be afraid to take people with us to heaven. How great would it be to see somebody that's so low and the devil's got so chained up that they can't move? How great would it be to watch the Lord look at Satan, the devil, and say, and break the chains and say, they are mine. That'd be great, folks. Love one another. Take care of one another. And help me. Pray for me. I'm praying. And I don't want to make light of a situation, but sometimes I don't pick up on the obvious. And I would love for God to be as obvious as He could be with me, because sometimes I just don't get it. and just pray that God allows me to see the path that He's got for me. I'm willing, and it's taken me this long. I'm 40 years old. It's taken me this long. I love everybody, and I love you in Christ always.